everybody! Man. And welcome back to another video, you know? So today, I'd say, we get a blast on the past, you know? I mean, what is the word nostalgia, except in itself, the past? Something that you look back on, memories just flooding in at top speed. Yeah, well, I think it comes to games, older games. Well, not too old, of course, but still, it still brings you back a little bit, a little nostalgia trip, if you will. So, why don't I just introduce to you what I'm talking about, huh? What I'm talking about. Here we are, Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, you might have heard of this before, and I myself know what it is, but I kind of want to experience it myself. I haven't seen it in a really long time, and, I just thought, hey, why not, So here we are, and as it says, this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. So you will be warned on that because, well, it's not really a shocker, but this game isn't as friendly as it might seem. And if anyone's very sensitive to topics that could be dark, then I would say turn away now, because, I'd rather everyone to feel safe than sorry. So let's get into it. Individuals suffering with anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit http. Well, these are warning. So, yeah, I'll probably get that. Alright. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age, and you consent your exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. Oh, dear God. That was loud. Ah, that music. Doki Doki. Okay, that's epic. Alright. Before I do anything, I want to turn the volume down because it's a little too loud for me. There we go. Alright, so I guess we should start a new game. Might as well. Okay. What do we want to put? Let's put... What's a good one? You know what? There we go. Let's go. Alright. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor. A good friend, since we were children. The kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting. But if she's going to chase me after like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again! But I caught you this time! Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Sane. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. I don't know if I just missed something because I wasn't reading the name, so I'm so sorry. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Whatever you say, Sayori.
humor. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Sane, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club?
I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs.
Oh, wait, that's me. I mean, I told you I'm not... No, just, yes, let me do schoolgirl. I'm gonna mimic you now, Sayori. Man, I get that problem a lot. Okay, maybe it's because it both starts with an S. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just by getting on the average while spending my free time on games and anime.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I was worried about you and how I learned how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Oh, wait, Sayori, what? Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come in the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around to realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and pacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know.
You know what?
Well, that you would come to my club.
Sayori?
Yeah?
There's no way I'm going to your club.
I'm mean! You're so mean!
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure the only reason why is because, she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after one who proposed to the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Asuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go!
And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for a third-year class and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new... Oh, wait, that's me. I told you, don't call me a new member! I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Sane. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Oomph. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the... Oh, sorry, my bad. You could probably ignore that when she gets moody. Sayori then quietly... Oh, wait, I already read that. Okay, I'm just stupid. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Sane. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Did I say goal? What am I? Girls! Okay, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so gently feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Sane. We made room for you at the table so you could sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes.
Hey! I made them! I'll get them! Sorry, I'll get a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's more space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats, not cakes. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate are used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry, take one. Sayori grabs the first one, and then Monica, I follow.
It's delicious!
Sayori talks with her mouth full and already managed to get the icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you. No, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Oh, wait, that's me. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's trying to impress you. That's not true. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises a brow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. And if it encouraged others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort that starts something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! Well, do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically enthusiastically agrees. I don't know what I just said. I might give Natsuki a different voice. That's gonna hurt me. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica just have to work really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining? Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Sane, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perked up. It looks like she wanted to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing her very sadistic smile. Anyway, What about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build up deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed to be reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in this world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I've read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. That is also how I describe myself.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why's that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called
Don't say it out loud!
And give that back!
Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Yuri, sideless up, what? Sidless? Sidles? I don't know. Sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands up to her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experiences too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
Oh.
I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. Well, we all sit for silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
Good lord, who knew talking would hurt my throat? Oh, what? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go to home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other.
That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Sane? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to our original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with that has been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join the club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Saint, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes lit up.
Yes, I'm so happy!
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did a scare for me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Sane, I look forward to seeing you, how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my medical writing skills? I'm already feeling anxiety swelling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Atsuka clean up their food.
Hey, Sane, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore, because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright! I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whomever your poem. I don't know. Well, I probably like Yuri, but I also like Sayori. Honestly, they're all good, but let's go with Sayori, I guess. Well, alright. Yuri, why not? Ocean. Oh, you like ocean? Alright. Grief. What? I guess we're going for Sayori. Empty. Amazing. Passion. Contamination. Lucky. Peace. Sensation. Landscape. Unstable. Zone. Incapable. Fantasy. Anime. Oh, yeah, I forgot you do like anime. Massacre. Uncontrollable. Pure. Essence. Unrestrained. Alright, let's try it. Hi again, Sane. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Sane. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you drive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Zane always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come? You and Sane could be good friends too. Sayori! As usually, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh!
Yuri! Eva brought you something today, you know.
Wait, Sayori. Me?
Not really.
Don't be shy!
It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
Guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah! I will make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not even reading much? Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Why do I have such a hard time with that word?
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. With that, doesn't seem to be the case. Sarah and Monica are having a very cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for his chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed this in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see? There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What is it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. All right. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her lost young sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Zane? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah. I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Then horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophical that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out of the naive one that's letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Oh, not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen. I'm having a heart attack. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book and I got it to my bag. Alright, it's fine. If I sit here, right? I slip it to the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to.
That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I opened the book and started the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead?
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri, and then I hold my book more between the two of us.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy, and once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book to open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I can't read. I do the same thing with my right arm and on the right side of the book. That way I can turn the page. Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready? To turn the page?
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right?
I don't mind... Oh, sorry.
I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue to read the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kinda reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I could see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But sane. That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait.
Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry. I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess more men... It's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone. Oh! I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri excels and spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri?
You look kind of down.
I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of her thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note off of where I left in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with?
I can't wait! Zuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Zuri's one with wrinkled sheets and loose left torn from a spiral note. On the other hand, Monica's wrote hers in a composition. Wait, what? A composition. What am I reading? Am I just dumb? I think I'm just dumb. Composition. There we go. Composition notebook. I don't know why that took so hard. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, I'm guessing Yuri because it seemed like that was the most I had. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I could trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten up.
Exceptional.
What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri's first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical for new writers. And having through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing as I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form a fit the two together. The end result is both style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes from practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki could be a little bit biased, though.
Biased how?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologized to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I love to share my thoughts and process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity to her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, it isn't that supposed to be a literature club? Bro. Oh god. Let's see. Ghosts under the light. The tendencies of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The cast remaining. I cannot read cursive for anything. To have a withhood of test of time. The last to be replaced in sickening blue-green, blue. The future. I bathe, claims breathing as the present giving the past. The light flickers back. Okay, I don't know what it said halfway, but I liked it. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Well, I mean, I don't think at all. I think you have so much of a good handwriting, I literally couldn't read it. But it took you a long time to read. Hey, don't point that out to me. I'm just a slow reader. Leave me alone. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it.
I'll
be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Siri?
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Sane.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
That's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so.
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I imagine doing the best for you, Sane.
Me too. Who should I show? Sayori. Best friend. This is a good poem, Sane.
This is a good poem, Sane. Are you sure this is your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room.
Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Sane. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold on to that then.
Yay! Now you read my poem too, right?
Don't worry. Oh, sorry.
Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Heh.
We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through the blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away the rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That was so deep. was beautiful. Alright. You know what? I spent some time with Yuri, but I feel like I'm at my mind. I really want to be with Sayori. I like Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Oh, sorry. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it in a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late at school, it's bad to skip breakfast. It gets all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Okay. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It's just didn't evoke my any emotions, so. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks my writing has to be all suffocated and stuff, and I can't read, and so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point? Oh, sorry. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about a simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for rhyme and at the end, but didn't make it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling of the last line. So you did. I guess more sentient than I realize. That's what I mean to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest on here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright. Hi, Sane. Have a good time so far? Yeah. Good, I'm glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like activities or other things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going along and flow than I'm more settled in, you know? Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Sane. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Sane. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Sorry, I can't read either. I'm Monica. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes that kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuisances. It can take years to practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has this point. I'll never really ask though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you trying more things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of style, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want me to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. Oh, his hole. It couldn't have been me. See the direction? The spackle protides, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just like a hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole in infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Huh, I wonder what that could mean. So, what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had a kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An emphasis? An epiphany? I don't fucking know. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of a nervous person, you know. I'm kind of nervous to talk about the deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing the poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific topic. If you try too hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for the metaphor writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way poems can stand up with theirs. This is Literature Club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting into myself. Across the room, Sarah and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes line on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As I read a tandem, I watch each other's expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively turns to the poem and tasks on hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come off as nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Sei did too. So based on that, I gladly give you a suggestion of my own. First of all,
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my own writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something that particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Sane liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Sane appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? And how would you know you didn't appreciate my advice more? And are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would have deliberately go on my way to make everything I do cutesily. Is everyone okay?
Well, you know what? I wasn't going to one whose boobs magically grew bigger size as soon as Sane started showing up!
Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you!
I don't like the fighting, you guys!
Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Sane. She's trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all vaulted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Sane.
Wait. There's no reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is only necessary, and limiting yourself is also a waste. You understand that, right, Sane? Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's going to be... Help me, Sayori! Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Yeah. Everyone's fighting to make Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this?
Sane.
Well, that's her problem. It isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri that I stuck up jerk she's being.
She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes...
Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends, and I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems. They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful picture in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting?
Because,
Well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful.
Sayori? Sayori stands in triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
Oh,
Make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, but I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interact. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's really suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. She's such a genuine person. Really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Wait, what? What'd I do? Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. I'll say it was worth it. It was alright, well, honestly. Sane, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll all do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learned something from our friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about these kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination, saying, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sora beams at me. It truly has become a while since Sarah and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Sane, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you along with everyone else is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun.
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see in the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this. And with that, I say that is where we're going to stop off here. I think this was really fun. I don't know how long we've been recording for. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's been like an hour. And that's not too bad on time. We can do shorter later. It's been really fun, and I'm glad you guys could join me on this. The first episode, of course. I'm really excited to actually get through it and see what ending I get, because I know there's multiple ones, and I can remember a couple, but I don't know if I know every single one. But anyway, so we got to learn more about Yuri. We know that they fight a bit whenever I came in. And I kind of want to hang out with Sayori more, mostly because I think she's really nice. So we're gonna see that next time. And yeah. Alright, and with that, I guess we just gotta end that there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully, if you like it, leave a like, please. Because that will also help me know that you actually enjoy it. And yeah, so have a wonderful day, a night, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Yeah!